thank you, Ms. Concorla. And, I'm delighted to get an opportunity to speak about banking reform in the Dáil tonight on behalf of the Rural Independent Group. I think it's a huge issue, especially in light of two banks wanting to leave our country and have their mind made up, but also in light of the Bank of Ireland and closing branches in West Cork and recently in Dunmanway and in Bantry, which is a devastating blow to these towns that have been loyal to the Bank of Ireland and the people that live in these areas, in the peninsulas, in surrounds of Bantry with Castletown Bear and Kilcrahan and the Sheepshead and the Mizenhead and Beara, and out into Germany, of course, Dunmanway, all the way down into Ballineen, and Skibbereen area. These people stood loyally by the banks down through the years, and they've treated their customers shoddily. And I know I come from an area who lost a bank, AIB in Scotland, and it does have a devastating effect in a town, because within a year the local supermarket closed with a loss of maybe, I think, 17 or 18 jobs in that local community. So it does have a devastating blow in local communities, and the problem is it doesn't look like there's a lot of confidence out there in the banking sector at the moment, when you have banks leaving our country, and then you have local banks being closed. But we have to look at the credit union as a way out, Minister, and it is in the programme for government that you would have a review, we'll say policy framework in relation to the credit unions. And I'd like to know, Minister, where are you at with this review? Because, for some reason in this country, the credit unions, there is some powers that be in previous governments to make sure the credit unions can compete. And they are ready to compete. They're ready to give the mortgages, to work with the customers for the mortgages that are badly needed. And they have an excellent record. And I met the Bantry and the Bandon, Skibbereen, Dunmanway managers recently to try and see, can we further this from here in the Dáil, to try and see sense, to try and forge ahead with the policy framework, try to make the changes, allow them to compete in the market, and the market that's out there at this present time. And I appreciate, Minister, to explain how far we from that, what kind of changes are going to be made. We should also be looking at the post office sector. I mean, they're closing their doors in rural Ireland also, and they're hemorrhaging at this present time, and they need support. And Minister, I would appreciate, to see what vision have you got in relation to the post office sector. They deserve better out there. They've served their community. Their postmasters, mistresses out there. There's opportunities there, and I think we're not availing of the opportunities. And I'd appreciate you might give us insight to that, so that the way, at least, instead of we focusing on closures of doors, maybe we should be focusing on opening the doors better that are already there. And I wish to give my colleague the remainder of my time. Thank you.